Area 17, Vool's Refuge. Two narrow tunnels above the river's shoreline lead to a cave usually occupied by a lonely goblin werebat named Vool. The characters might encounter him prior to finding his cave. See Wandering Monsters, page 70. Let's take a look at his art. That's a nice mid-journey art rendering of him, I think. Vool's cave is littered with bones of birds, rats, and fish, as well as the exsanguinated corpses of a badger and a small deer. Treasure. The character who searches the cave for treasure and succeeds a DC 15 Wisdom Perception check finds a small leather pouch buried under a pile of offal. It contains Vool's accumulated wealth: 9 copper pieces, 4 silver pieces, a Harper cloak pin made of tarnished platinum, 25 gold pieces, and a leather boot. The boot detects as magical and is one of 2 boots of elven kind. However, it is useless. It's useless without its mate. See level 4, area 16A. From the companion, we have the following. If the adventurers find themselves in Fool's Refuge, the werebat takes the opportunity to try and turn them to his cause, overthrowing Willow. However, it's unlikely that the party actually ventures to the secluded spot. It's more likely that Vool seeks them out. See special events below for this occurrence and borrow the dialogue and details written there if the party instead comes to this area. All right, just a side note here. From here on, it's just the source material up to the end of area 24, and I'll also read the aftermath. So, area 18. Where is area 18? It's up here among these buildings. Area 18 is the vacant, is the abandoned priory. So let's go ahead and read about that. This long, windowless stone building contains several apartments formerly occupied by high-ranking priests of Malar, god of the hunt. Stone doors throughout are fitted with locks, though they're unlocked at present. The building has various amenities. See the lighting and plumbing sidebar. Okay, let's see that sidebar. Lighting and plumbing. All of the buildings in Wyllowwood's village, see areas 18 to 24, are equipped with wall-mounted glass bottled gas lamps, fueled by natural gas vents under the village, along with plumbing connected to the underground river nearby. The gas lamps are turned on and off by stone switches on the walls near the doors. Iron faucets control the flow of hot and cold water through iron pipes to sinks and bathtubs. Treasure. A character who searches the cave for treasure and succeeds a DC 15 perception check finds a small leather pouch buried under a pile of offal. Oopsie, I'm reading in the wrong place here. Cut, cut, cut. Okay, let's go back to area 18. Cut, cut, cut. Heaped around the building are broken swords, dented helms, and torn metal armor. After the Green Dragon killed the cultists of Malar, Willow stripped the corpses of their metal gear, piled the offensive material here as a warning of sorts, and dragged the bodies to Area 70 to rot. 18A, Sacked Trophy Room. 18A is our sacked trophy room right there. Zoom in just slightly. Okay. The goblin werebats have thoroughly ransacked this room, where priests of Malar once displayed trophies of their hunts and meted out punishment to those who had failed them. The room contains the following: overturned and broken shelves, overturned and broken shelves and tables lie on the floor along with piles of old rugs and bleached human skulls. Stuffed owlbear. A stuffed owlbear stands on its hind legs in the south corner, glaring ferociously. A narrow door in the east corner of the room leads to a small chamber, the walls of which are lined with empty hooks. 18b. Vacant guest quarters. This room contains four narrow wooden beds draped in dusty quilts, and cobwebs. Next to each bed is a nightstand filled with unlit tapers. Abutting the larger chamber are two small rooms, each one equipped with a working sink, toilet, and bathtub, all carved from stone and fitted with rusty iron fixtures. 18c. Vacant apartment. Once the lodgings of the high priest of the cult of Malar, this apartment consists of a spacious bedroom and an equally impressive bathroom accessible from within. Bathroom and sauna. The inner chamber is equipped with a working sink, toilet, and bathtub, crafted from polished green marble, with rusty iron fixtures. A wooden bench stands against the southwest wall, with hooks above it that hold musty old towels. Vents in the floor around the bench spew hot steam when an iron valve under the bench is turned. The outer chamber is a bedchamber that has the following features: tattered rugs woven with images of tigers battling scorpions cover the floor. The walls are painted with faded images of serpents. A wooden bed carved with serpentine motifs stands against the northeast wall, draped in dusty quilts and flanked by nightstands. Atop each nightstand are 9 half melted wax candles. Under the bed are dry, shed skins of 2 large snakes. The serpents retreated into the woods and died long ago. Against the northwest wall stand a blood-stained wooden altar decorated with silver and bronze designs of claws, fangs, beaks, and eyes. Piled around the altar are dozens of bleached human skulls. A search of the altar, accompanied by a successful Wisdom 15 Wisdom Perception check, DC 15 Wisdom Perception check, reveals a secret compartment in one side. The compartment holds a wooden scroll tube carved with images of centipedes, inside of which is a spell scroll of Speak with Animals. 18D. Vacant apartment. This apartment consists of a spacious bedroom, an adjoining bathroom equipped with a working sink, toilet, and bathtub, all crafted from polished stone with rusty iron fixtures. Looted Cloisters. This windowless stone building contains apartments formerly used by rank-and-file Malar cultists. Stone doors throughout are fitted with locks, though the doors are unlocked at present. The building also has the features detailed in the lighting and plumbing sidebar. 19A. Oh, let's go. Okay, so 19A is ransacked quarters. The walls of this room are carved to look like natural rock, giving the chamber a cave-like appearance. The room has been ransacked and contains the following: 6 overturned beds, 6 empty chests, a shattered table, and 6 smashed chairs are strewn about. A few bleached human skulls, wooden bowls, and wooden tankards also lie on the floor. An intact canoe hangs by hooks from the ceiling. It can hold up to 6 characters and their gear. Packed inside the canoe are 4 oars. 19B. Vacant bathroom. This room contains a working sink, toilet, and bathtub, all carved from stone and fitted with rusty iron fixtures. 19C. Trashed quarters. This room is strewn with broken furnishings. A thorough search also reveals a pair of rusted but still functional hunting traps. A narrow door leads to a smaller side room, the walls of which are lined with bare hooks. Malar's Tabernacle. This building is taller than the others, with a peaked roof 30 feet high. Here it is, Malar's Tabernacle. Iron spikes line the peak, while carvings of basilisks, chimeras, dragons, and manticores snarl from where they perch on the outer walls. The cult of Malar would gather to worship here. The building's stone doors are fitted with locks, though they are unlocked at present. The building consists of one large opulent room with the following features. The floor is tiled in green marble, and the walls are painted with lifelike forest scenes that depict predators stalking prey. In the middle of the tabernacle is a block of blood-stained white marble. Lying near the altar is an inanimate human skeleton clad in tattered hide armor. Next to it are two halves of a broken spear, as well as the charred and splintered remains of a wooden shield. These are the remains of a cultist who was killed by a chimera. Altar. If fresh blood is spilled on the altar, a hostile chimera magically appears in an unoccupied space within the tabernacle and attacks all other creatures, disappearing when it's reduced to 0 hit points or after 10 minutes have elapsed. The summoned chimera is immune to the charmed and frightened conditions, and it can't leave the tabernacle. Once the altar has summoned a chimera, it can't do this again for a 10-day. Whoever drops the chimera to 0 hit points gains inspiration, a minor blessing. From the god Malar. 21. Abandoned Barracks. 21 abandoned. Cult warriors slept and trained here. Stone doors throughout are fitted with locks, though all doors are unlocked at present. The building has both lighting and plumbing. 21A. These rooms were set aside for cultists to spar and hone their martial skills. A woven black mat covers the floor of this room, and dented shields hang from wall hooks. South room. 7 wooden mannequins decked in rusty helms and breastplates occupy this room. 3 of the mannequins have rusty daggers sticking out of them. 21B, sleeping quarters. This apartment consists of a spacious barracks and a smaller adjoining bathroom. Barracks. 6 wooden bunk beds with moldy mattresses stand in a row. Discarded rugs, empty chests, broken dishware, and rusty weapons lie scattered about. This chamber has 3 sinks, a toilet, and a bathtub, crafted from polished stone with rusty iron fixtures, all in working order. Okay, then we have the mess hall, which is 22. Over here. 22A, B, C, and D. The cultists cooked meals and ate here before a hunt. The werebats have thoroughly looted the building, leaving its stone doors ajar. This structure has lighting and plumbing. 22A, pantry. This room smells like rotting fish and vinegar. Toppled stone shelves, smashed barrels, and broken casks fill this chamber. A thorough search yields 10 empty sacks and a drained wineskin that are salvageable. 22B is the larder. This room is cold. Frost coats the walls and floors, becoming thicker around a life-size statue of a dwarf that stands against the south wall. The dwarf appears to be covered in brown fur, actually brown mold. Hooks and chains. Rusty meat hooks and chains dangle from the rafters. The statue is a dwarf who was petrified by a basilisk over 1,000 years ago. A patch of brown mold covers the dwarf and chills the room. 22C. Kitchen. This kitchen is equipped with a long wooden trestle table, a pair of iron stoves, and stone shelves. The werebats have ransacked the kitchen, breaking most of the dishware in the process. The floor is covered with broken crockery and glass. Nothing of value remains. Okay, and then 22D is the mess hall. Four chandeliers made from old wagon wheels hang from the rafters by frayed ropes. Melted wax trails down from them like icicles. Wooden tables and benches stand in rows beneath the chandeliers. Empty tankards lie scattered on the tables and the floor amid dust, mold, and cobwebs. 23. The desecrated sanctuary. This windowless stone building was set aside for cult initiates. The building has lighting and plumbing. 23A Hall of Prayer. Two hostile boars have crept into this room in search of food. They attack anyone who comes within 10 feet of either of them. The floor is strewn with frayed prayer mats. 6 tapestries lie heaped in a corner. The smaller room to the north has bare hooks in the walls. This is where the tapestries used to hang until the werebats tore them down. Treasure. Each torn tapestry depicts a wilderness battle between primitive human hunters and one or more monsters, including a unicorn, a displacer beast, an owlbear, a pack of wargs, and a griffin. Casting a mending cantrip on a tapestry restores its value, 25 gold pieces. 23B. Initiate's Quarters. 8 rows of bunk beds stacked 4 high run the length of this room. Along the walls are piles of splintered wood that remain the remains of shelves where cult initiates once stored personal belongings. Cut, cut, cut. Along the walls are piles of splintered wood, the remains of shelves where cult initiates once stored their personal belongings. 24. Animal Cloisters. This is the last area for our video. 24A. Furnishings. 6 wooden beds line the walls of this room. At the foot of each bed is an empty chest. Draped over a wooden mannequin against the north wall is a suit of padded armor, a pair of thick padded mittens, and an open-faced helm fitted with a steel grille. Cult members wore this cumbersome outfit while training beasts. It functions as padded armor but provides no dexterity modifier to the wearer's AC. The small room to the north contains a working sink and a toilet crafted from the polished stone with rusty iron fixtures. Crafted from polished stone with rusty iron fixtures. Aviary, 24B. A permanent silence spell suppresses all noise in this room. A successful Dispel Magic DC 16 ends the effect. Hanging from rods under the rods mounted to the walls are a dozen empty iron bird cages. Countless old feathers lie strewn across the dusty floor. Beast cages, 24C. This room contains 6 empty iron cages, each 5 feet on a side and secured with a rusty padlock. A padlock can be picked open with thieves' tools and a successful DC 15 dexterity check. It can also be broken off with a successful DC 15 athletics check or a solid weapon hit, AC 15. Aftermath. If Willow is killed, the werebats notice her absence within a few days. After working up the courage to explore and loot her tower, they use the calendar stone inside to trap Wyllowwood in a state of perpetual night. Over time, this has the effect of killing off the plants that need sunlight to survive. In the absence of the Archdruid's protection, the werebats and other predatory monsters raid the dying wood and kill most of the birds and animals. If Tiralai is still lodged in Voldemar's skull, the dragon holds back the encroaching monsters as best it can. If Turalai and Voldemar are separated and the dragon survives, it rekindles its enmity with the Archdruid and anyone else who would curtail its evil predilections. Willow commands newly arrived adventurers to dispose of the dragon, banishing those who refuse. Alright, that's it, guys, for this video covering these last areas of Wyllowwood. For our last video about Wyllowwood, we're going to cover special events and the epilogue from the companion. So stick around for that. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Cheers.